Very good evening, friends. Thank you for joining the session. So today we are going to understand one of the machine learning model, which is helping hospitality analytics. So I would like to recall what we have discussed so far. The first, we try to understand what are the applications of machine learning as well as artificial intelligence for hospitality analytics. And then second, started with understanding what are the different various steps that we follow for data analytics, that is with respect to CRISP MLQ, which includes a part of data analytics steps. So third, we try to understand how before starting with any of the analysis, deal with the data and explore some insights from the data. So where we refer to be as exploratory data analysis. It is nothing but data cleaning, graphically represent the data, how it looks and what it is telling. So data pre-processing is also done. Okay. So this step is more important, where it constitute 40% of the job. So after understanding all this, we'll try to understand one by one with the machine learning concept. So today we are going to understand one of the unsupervised learning model. Where we refer to that as clustering model. That is K-means. So we try to understand this unsupervised learning model, that is clustering model. So later we proceed with understanding rest of the models like supervised model. So we all know that under supervised we have regression and classification model. So we try to understand one of the regression model and two classification model. Okay. And at the end, we try to understand the contribution of artificial neural network for the same purpose for data analytics, how it is going to contribute and how it is going to helpful. So that is also important, because we have already learned at the first instance saying that how it is going to contribute for hospitality analytics. So come, let's understand how unsupervised machine learning model, that is clustering model, K-means, is going to help data analytics. So before that, we try to understand what is K-means, how it will be done, and then we'll include the EDA portion of the data set, what we are using. And then after performing EDA, we'll try to understand how K-means is applied and what is the accuracy level that we are getting by using the clustering model. Okay, so we'll just go ahead. So first we'll understand K-means clustering, and then we'll move on to the hands-on session. So basically, when we say a clustering model, we have a two-dimensional with x-axis and y-axis, where we plotting the values and it will be scattered. Different variants, it will be scattered. Okay. So in this, we just need to understand which all data points will have the same property. Let's say example, I have taken some x value here, and you have somewhere around these three y values, which are very close to each other. And you have all the properties with respect to the points that are like here. So whenever you have a points very closer to each other, will tell you that it is having similarities. Let's say example, I'll write here radish, ginger, potato, onion, apple, orange, mango. So here you can see that I'll segregate apple, orange, mango as one category, radish, ginger, potato, onion, one category. Not based on the size, taste, or something, any other features. I'm segregating based on the either it is fruit or vegetable. So it will be segregated based on that particular feature. So we need to identify what is that particular feature and then need to segregate. So this helps easiest way, and it works with larger data set. So now we are using the hotel booking data set, which is having a huge of a particular year booking details, which is having several fields and the data. So I'll just go through the data and then explain. So before that, we'll try to understand k-means clustering. So first, what you'll do, you'll randomly select, let's say example, I've told you, right? These are the data points that you'll be having. So in k-means, you'll randomly select one of the point as a centroid. So we have some centroid, right? I told you, right? You'll be forming a clusters like this. So this is one cluster, the round one which I've made, and this is one cluster. So whenever you make a cluster, you will be having some center point. So we call that as a centroid. So which are having the least distance between them, between the centroid and the other portions. So that will be all put together in one category. So you can see that this point or this point, you can see that this point is very close to this rather than this point. So this is very close to this. So it will form these clusters. So it will form like this. So every time it needs to find the distance between the point and the centers. And after considering overall, it needs to calculate the average point of that. That will be your centroid value. So first you need to select the k data points and then find the distance between all the data points to all the k centroid. So if we have taken 2 points as a value, so then you will be taking it as a 2 clusters, and this will be your 2 data points. So same thing for each and every data points, you need to form the or calculate the distance between them. And after that, we just need to assign the data point, one of the centroid, which is very near. So we just take the one data point. Let's say example, you have this as a clusters, and this is one cluster. You'll be having a centroid for this. You'll be having a centroid for this. So we just need to find the distance between these 2 centroids. So this is larger and this is nearer, smaller. So this belongs to this point, new point belongs to this particular cluster. So when you form this clusters, your cluster centroid will also get changed. Okay, so you need to calculate for new centroid whenever you want to find the new clusters. So by taking an average of the points, you will form the clusters. So we need to repeat this by taking the records or the data points and recalculate the centroid. And later you'll give the what are the clusters that you form. So you also have a particular method to find what could be the value of K, that is efficient value of K. Efficient value of K. So that we call it as using elbow curve. So elbow curve looks like this. So where you'll be having a deviation, you can just write the other way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a value of K. And this is your data points. So for every data points, you will be having K value and it will start decreasing the value. So wherever you have a deviation and it remains constant for the rest of the K value. So this portion you will be considering and you will take that as a K value. So that we call it as elbow curve. So using that, we have distortions, calculations, and inertia. So based on this inertia, we'll calculate the K-means values. And you can also get, which in turn, how to find the value, K value. You can just inquire with the domain expert to get how many clusters that you want, or you can just request for the client how many clusters you do required. So based on that, you can just provide the K value, either 2 or 3 or 4 like this. So when within the sum of squares, between the sum of squares is measures, that means there is 2 points, you need to find the distance between them. And then you also have 2 different points. You can also find this and you form this as a shortest distance. So this will be another cluster. So like this, within the data points, you need to calculate what is the distance between them. For that, you'll use Euclidean distance. Euclidean distance, which is going to provide you what is the distance between them. The formula for that is x1 minus x2 whole square minus plus y1 minus y2 whole square whole to the root. So this formula gives me the value of distance. So every time you need to update the distance with the K value. So that repetition will be done here with the third step and fourth step. And here you don't have dendrogram. So dendrogram will be used in hierarchical clustering. So we don't use dendrogram, which when we use dendrogram, it takes more time. In K means we have less time. So when it comes to hospitality analytics, the hotel industry basically concentrates on the booking that has been done in advance. So they need to concentrate on improving their revenue. Okay. So for that, they need to concentrate on who has booked, what generation of people are booking, because you might get details when you book the room. You'll be getting a age factor, email ID, contact number, date of birth, because all these are required for them to keep a track who has come, who has gone, with their other details like ID card details. So there you will be extracting all the informations. So basically we can just divide as younger generation and older generation. So the people below 30 and above 30, that can be also taken. But we have different generations of different categories. So when we list that, we have less than 20 years of old, and 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, 61 to 70, 70 and above. So these people of age categories will be booking the rooms or enjoy the hospitality in a different location. So when we come across, when we do a survey, exploratory data analysis, we got to know that average of 2.1 or average 2% will be booked by old people. So that too in advance, because the old people will think that if room is not available, there could be a problem. So they'll think in that way, old people, but younger generation, they'll not think, and they'll not plan first of all in advance. They'll quickly take a decision and they'll leave the place and then they go. Since they are traveling along with the friends and sometimes relatives. So like this, they have their own choice adjustable to plan with their commitments. So, but basically when the older generation book the room, definitely they have planned and they are going to accommodate and then enjoy the stay. So that is the assurance or the decision that we can make it as. So that too, 2% of people who book in advance. But in that 2%, there could be a chances of cancellation. There could be a possibility of cancellation also. So that also you can analyze using machine learning. So here we just need to understand how far it is going to work with the lead time and as well as ADR. So ADR is average daily rate. So the lead time is the time that is occurring of booking, which is having in high demands. So lead time means lead in the sense the person who is going to book even during the demand or even when there is a demand. Let's say example, in the month of summer, March, there will be huge demand and you have booked the hotel and you had enjoyed that and you have utilized completely. So that will be your lead time. So you just need to understand how many of you are doing that as a part of booking, because sometimes they cancel the booking or they'll not turn up or they'll understand that it is not good after some days. So even though they have planned, there could be several reasons why they have cancelled. So you just need to understand that so that it will be helpful for your revenue management. So the people who travel more will be having longer lead time because they'll not come only for that particular place and they'll stay. So they'll be having plans of traveling. Hence, they book the accommodation to stay over there and to travel for different places, staying over there. So we just need to analyze the behavior of the people who are booking. And also you can just understand for what purpose they are coming and where they are staying. So resorts, hotels, which are within the city and outside the city. So this also plays an important role, and the seasonal oriented based on the season. What is the number of bookings? What is the number of predictions that they are done without any cancellation? So all these things will makes us lead to decision making. What decision we can make to make them attract next time, or to make attract for the people, what offer they can be provided. So like this, strategies can be changed based on the particular bookings. So we'll try to understand with the hands-on, and then we'll come back so that it will be easy for you to understand what we have with respect to machine learning. So as I told you, so we just need to understand first the data set. So let me show you that particular data set. So you can see that I have this particular hotel bookings data set where you will be having so many columns with respect to their details. Okay. So where you will have is cancelled, lead time, arrival date, year, month, week number, day of month, stays, weeknight, weekend night, no, adults, children, babies, meal, country, market segment, distributed channel, is repeated guest, previous cancellation, previous booking. So all these data will be getting so that you can analyze what you want. So here I'll just read the data. I'm reading the data and I'm taking the sample as 100 and I'm taking the head of that will be saved in your A, and the data frame will be in B. So B dot sort values with arrival date year and arrival date week number in the ascending order. So it will give you 2015 to 2017 or 2019. So whatever. Okay. So I'm considering randomly with respect to 100 rows because I've given n value as 100. So you can also give without giving 100 n value, you can also do it for whole thing. So first we basically take example for 100 data set, and then we'll try to understand that, and then we'll take the rest of the things. Got stuck. Okay. So here I'll just make the column name. So according to the given spreadsheet, we have different names. So here we just give a different name. So as per our convenience, because they might have underscore, space with the columns. You can see here, you might have a space here somewhere. In one of the data set which I've seen, there will be a space because it is in Excel sheet. We can have the space between them, but sometimes when you are doing the particular programmatic, it will not take, it will consider different things. So we'll just change our the original column name, only column name. This is an optional. You can just make it as your reference. This is an optional. You can do it, or even you can uh, skip this. This is an optional. So I just wanted to show you how it will be done, so that you will be aware that whenever you want to do, just specify the column name and assign to some variable. So I've changed all the values. Now I'll just take market segment. Here you have market segment. Where is that? I've not taken market segment, sir. Okay, here it might be. Okay, as I have taken market segment, so that it will be decided the categories, what the column is all about, whether it is online booking or offline booking, so that it will be given. So I'll just take the first 20. So direct, corporate, online, offline, groups. So these are the market segments that we got. And I also make use of the categories. So when I say category, it is considering the categorical data. Let's say example, you have this category. Here you can see the month July. So everything combined and made it as one. August, September, November, like that. It will make you a group 2015 July, 2015 August, 2017 July, 2017 August. So this is a category that will be performed. So you can just ignore this. If you want, you can just do it. Otherwise, you can ignore it. So market segment, again, you will be getting in numbers. Why we are doing this? Because you can see here online, offline. So this is in text format. And here you can just see the categories has been modified. This is something like we call it as encoding. So market segment, you have online, offline, corporate. What is the other category? 4 categories it should be. Groups. Direct. So you'll be having these categories and this will be given as numbers. So this will be taken which in turn. If I say online under market segment, it will be online. If it is 2, it is offline. If it is 3, corporate. If it is groups, 4. If it is direct, 5. So using this encoding method, so which will be leading to conversion of string to numerical type. So this is used whenever you have categorical data. So when you have categorical data, let's say example, a gender, male and female you have. So male can be written as 0, female can be written as 1. So you have a fuel type like petrol, diesel, kerosene. So this can be given 1, 2, 3. So like this, you have categorical data. So then you can make use of this section. So we do have categorical data. Hence, we have made changes to those categorical data as encoding format. So again, I've taken only 20 first things. So I've made it as array. So initially it will be in a data frame. Okay. So I've taken that as an array. Okay. I've taken that for my calculations array. And I'm taking two things, that is, one is lead time and one is ADR. So one is ADR and one is lead time. So the ADR means average daily rate. Of a particular room, average daily rate of a particular room. So I'm taking these two and making it as clusters. So considering X1, considering lead time and ADR, you can see this is lead time and this is ADR, which is in the array again, NumPy array. And now after this, you will be considering the scalable. So you need to scale that because you have array of size, some size, and you have 1 and 2. So how many observations that you have? I have taken 100 rows, right? So definitely you will be having 100 rows. So rows into columns is 100 into 2 because you have taken only lead time and ADR. So you have the shape of X saying that scaling 100 by 2 and Y1 dot shape. So what is this Y1? This is market segment. So market segment code, I have told you, right? Different market segment, online, offline, groups, and corporate, direct. Okay. All this will be taken as a Y. So X shape will be having lead time and ADR. So market segment code will be your output. This is your inputs. Okay, so this is your inputs and this will be your output. So based on this, it is belonging to which cluster? So we have 4 clusters. Okay, so we'll just look into that, how many that we can fit. So I've taken first 20 and the values for that random values for that, you will be having these values, so X values. So when you scale this, when you scale X1, whatever there in the dimension array, so it will give you that particular standardization value or normalization value when you scale it. So next, when you scale that, you'll be getting these values. So these values will be plotted here. So you can see that it has been plotted, which gives you the lead time as well as ADR. So when I give that particular values, let's say example, here I want to make a model, that is this model, KM is my model. K means with cluster, 3 clusters and random state none, you fit this model. So you fit this model with training model. So you have these values. X means lead time and ADR column, not all the columns. Okay, these values. And I make it as 3 clusters. Now it is fine. Now we have color theme. So we just need to give for 3 colors, 3 different things as 3 different colors, red, green, blue, or any other colors that you want to. Okay, so color theme. Now we just need to plot the value of X that is given as all the rows and till the last column, and X that is with respect to the first. So this will be your lead time and this will be your ADR. In the same data frame, you have these values. So this will be plotted in x-axis and this will be plotted in y-axis. So lead time with respect to ADR. So this will be plotted like this. So you have each different lead time will be having each different colors. The 4 different colors that we have given. So you can see that the labels and the actual X labels and Y labels. You can see that the Y. So the color theme of Y is given and S is equal to 50. So they are considering only the 50. So what is this color theme of Y? Why we are considering Y? So we know that Y is online, offline, groups, direct, corporate. So we have 5 different things. So hence I've taken 5. So for online, it is Firebrick. For offline, it is Dotger blue color. And for groups, forest green. So I'm not telling you the exact thing, but I'm just explaining you what they have taken. So golden rod, direct, and for corporate, rebel, purple. So like this, it has been taken, and these points will be marked with respect to lead time and ADR. Let's say example, I have 3 columns. One is lead time, one is ADR, and the other one is market segment. So the market segment that is booked by the officials. Okay. So the person who is coming and staying and enjoying the hospitality. So they have some lead time and they have also ADR based on some categories. They have these and they have. So they have, and so these are marked as with color. So for this values, X and Y, you have this category. So when you have lead time as 1 and ADR as 10, you will have whether online, offline, groups, direct, corporate. So we are just making that mark. So like this, you have lead time, you have ADR, and you have marked. So now you got the plot. Based on 2 things, you got a plot. So now moving on to the next, after plotting this, what you need to do? So you just need to get the clarity saying that km dot labels underscore as type of float. So what it is doing, we know that we have created a model that is KNN. K means clustering, I'm sorry. K means clustering model. This model has clusters, cluster that is 1, 2, 3, 3 clusters. It can be 0, 1, 2 also, because the cluster, when we say 3, it will start from 0, 1, 2 only. So I have plotted the lead time with respect to ADR. What I have plotted? I have plotted the market segment. So in this, I just need to plot make it as 3 clusters. This is one cluster, this is one cluster, and this is one cluster. Like this, you need to have clusters. Now, when I do that particular KM model for a given data, you'll be getting labels for each and every market segment. So for each and every market segment, you'll be getting a label. So let's say example for this, there is an online, and this is offline, and this is groups. Okay, so this is direct, and this is corporate. So this 2 will be one group, and this 2 will be one group. This is one group, 0, 1, 2. So like this, it can be segregate, which is having same features, similarity features. Okay, so that has been saved in the labels underscore. So this will tell you which are under 0, which are under 2, which are under 1. So once you save that, it will be in a series of arrays, and you just need to make it as a center portion of that particular values. So for this cluster, you need to have center. So that will be getting from the cluster center underscore. Inside this model, you have inside the particular model, you have 2 things that you can find out. So one is labels underscore. So another one is centers underscore. Okay, so cluster centers underscore. So this we can find out easily with the model. So now after finding the centers, so 3 clusters, you will be having 3 points. So this is one coordinate, this is one coordinate, and this is one coordinate. So that we have 0, 1, 2. So after finding that, you will be seeing that the clusters are formed with respect to lead time and ADR. So these are all one category. So this is one category, and this is one category. So for labels, you can see that labels are 0, 1, and 2. Earlier, I used to use Y here. Same code, the scatter plot that will be used for x of 0 and x of 1 with the color theme of Y. So here I'm using K labels. So I'm getting red, blue, and green. So R, G, P. So this is by default. So after getting this, you can see that after getting this values, you will be made it as cluster into groups. So this is more important. Once you make that as a cluster into group, you'll be getting the values. So for this particular group, let's say example 4. What is this 4 floor? Let's say example, this is online, offline, direct, groups, category. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there is 1. So 1 means online. So online belongs to, this is 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it belongs to first cluster. So that is a meaning. The first cluster. Now, next. The second one. The second cluster. Where is 2? So you have the third position. So here the third position is also, it belongs to first cluster. So 3 3 belongs to second cluster. 4 belongs to first cluster. Next, you have 5. Let's say example, you have 5 category. That belongs to 0th category. So like this, it will make a category and it will give you. So what does it mean? It means that whenever I made a separate cluster, it belongs to something with respect to lead time and ADR. Overall, having online will have these particular lead time and ADR, and overall having a offline, they'll be having the lead time and ADR. So average daily rate and lead time is more important to make sure that they have a benefit, which in turn helps to make some strategies to attract the people. So in hotel industry, the main concept is to increase the lead time. Let's say example, I'll tell you one thing, that there are 100 rooms available. Okay, there are totally 100 rooms in that particular hotel or resort. Let's say example, the occupancy. So the occupancy of that particular hotel is 50 rooms. So each room has something lead time with 100, or I'm sorry, lead time as you'll be having $50 per room. That is your ADR. And they stood back completely for the booking, and then they used completely and they went. So that is 1 night or 2 nights or 3 nights, whatever they have blocked, they have used. So average day per night, if they have stayed for 3 nights, it will be 150. Let us assume for 1 night. So then you got 50. For 50 rooms, $50 means $2,500. But you have 100 rooms. 100 rooms. So all the 100 rooms should block, and you need to get $50 per room. So it will be $5,000. So you are lost with 2,500. So because 100 rooms are all not blocked. So it also helps us to improve this or increase this average daily rating. So if I make this as 75, even though there is a booking of 50, you will be having increase in the price here, profit. So you'll be benefited. So you'll be having 3,750, almost nearer to 5,000. So this price, average price, can be increased if the occupancy of the room is less. So everything is interlinked so that you can understand with the lead time to increase the revenue. That is what we are supposed to analyze from this particular data. So hope you are able to understand this. K means clustering value, that is provided with the K value, and we have done with the 3 clusters. You can just give a try with 2 clusters and 4 clusters, so that you will be getting a more accuracy and more clusters. So this is all about with respect to identifying the profitable hotel customers using unsupervised machine learning. So different categories, right? Belongs to different categories, different lead times in different area. So where they have booked from online, offline, groups, and direct. So who is giving me more profit? Whether it is online, whether it is offline, whether it is groups, whether it is direct. So whenever you have a lead time and ADR, you can directly say that they are from online. Whenever you have a next lead time and ADR, you can directly say they are from direct. So you can just judge how many online are there, how many offline are there, how many groups are there, how many direct are there. Now, among from this, you can just directly understand how in what sense the customers are booking the rooms. That means the customers from various platform, they are booking the rooms online, offline, direct, groups, corporate. So who is giving me more profitable? Which customer is giving me more profitable? So K means will make you understand that by doing some clusters. So who is giving the more? So you have more data inside this. So you'll be getting more from here. So this is what we try to understand from machine learning problem. So hope you are able to follow this. If you have any questions, you can just post it in the chat box. So that we can discuss on the same. If not, we can wind up the session. So tomorrow we'll try to understand one more machine learning model. It can be of classification model or regression model. We'll try to understand how that is going to help your hospitality analytics. So thank you all, friends. We'll meet tomorrow. I'm winding up. Thanks for your time. Please do subscribe for our channel so that you'll get benefit with the more analytics, data analytics, which explain you in detail with the machine learning models that is helping you how various data analytics used in various fields with the models. Thank you, friends. Have a nice time.